Hello folks, this is Sam and you are watching Sam's Wisdom. You know, sometimes the smallest aches say the loudest things. A little stiffness getting out of bed, a slower stroll to the mailbox, and maybe a quiet thought in the back of your mind. Is this just how it's going to be from now on? Well, I don't believe it has to be. Today, I want to talk about something simple but powerful, your legs. Yeah, those two hard-working limbs that have carried you through every phase of life. And I'll tell you this, they've still got a lot more to give. Hey there, friends, I'm Sam. Over 70 and sometimes feeling a bit wobbly, are you? Well, what if I told you that a few simple leg moves could make you feel like you're half your age again? Almost 30 maybe? Now, I'm not talking about turning back time, but about building a strong foundation. See, our legs are the power base that carries us through our day, helping us climb stairs, get off the floor, and even just enjoy a good walk in the park. And if they're weak, well, that little wobble can turn into something that holds you back. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, I wish these legs were a bit stronger? Imagine regaining that energy, that confidence, that feeling of being light on your feet again. Stick with me, and I'm going to share some moves that might just do that, so you can keep doing the things you love. And it's not just about how strong they feel, it's about what strong legs mean, that freedom to move without thinking twice. That's something worth holding on to, don't you think? Let me tell you why these legs of ours matter more now than ever before. Our legs aren't just for walking. They're our lifelines. They keep us balanced, support us when we need to get up, and even help prevent falls. Research from the National Institute on Aging tells us that after 50, we lose about 1–2% of muscle mass in our legs each year. And believe me, my old knees have testified to that. Think about it. Every step you take, every flight of stairs you conquer, relies on these muscles. They're our shield against the everyday hazards of getting older. Strong legs mean independence. They keep you moving, enjoying life without the nagging fear of injury. And isn't that something we all want? When our legs get weak, it's not just about feeling off balance. It often leads to more serious problems. Picture this. You struggle to climb a few stairs or even get out of your chair without pain. That loss of mobility can lead to dependence, and before you know it, isolation creeps in and your confidence takes a real hit. Weak legs can lead to falls, fractures, and even a slow metabolism which, can make you pack on the pounds. And it's not just physical health, it eats away at your spirit too, leaving you wondering about what you might be missing out on. But here's something folks often overlook. Strong legs don't start with movement alone. They start with what you put on your plate and how you treat your body when you're not moving. Simple nutrition can work wonders. I always say, your muscles are only as good as what you feed them. That means plenty of lean protein. Think chicken, fish, legumes, even a good serving of Greek yogurt. And don't forget your anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric, berries, and leafy greens. Hydration, too, is key. Water is your best buddy, and a little collagen support here and there can do a lot for your joints and bone health. Combine that with a regular walk or light resistance exercises, and you've got a recipe for strong legs that feel as good as they look. I'll tell you something most folks don't even realize. Sometimes it's the quiet little habits that sneak up on us and do the most damage. You know how they say sitting is the new smoking? Well, they aren't wrong. When we sit too long, binge watching our favorite old movies or just lounging, it's like inviting trouble. Our muscles start to slack, and before you know it, our legs aren't doing their job. And then skipping that little warm-up before you move? That's like trying to start a car without turning the key first. Not to mention, not giving any attention to balance work. After a while, that lack of care adds up and increases the risk of a nasty tumble. Trust me, these are the little things that can turn into big problems down the line. All right now, let's talk about the fun part. Getting those legs moving. Don't worry, I'm not handing you a gym membership or asking you to train for the Olympics. Just a few simple, safe exercises done regularly can work wonders, no matter what age you are. Here's a handful of moves that work for most folks I know, including myself. 1. Sit-to-stand squats. 2. Standing leg raises, both front and side. 3. Calf raises. 4. Wall sits. 5. Toe-to-heel walks. These aren't complicated. They're joint-friendly, beginner-safe, and you don't need a gym membership to do them. You can find great demonstrations on YouTube for each of these, so don't worry about the how. Just search the name and you'll find plenty of friendly instructors walking you through it. Now, if you're wondering which one's my favorite, it's hands down the sit-to-stand squat. I've been doing it every morning after my tea for years. I sit in my favorite chair, take a deep breath, stand up slowly, then lower myself back down, nice and controlled. I do 10 reps, take a short breather, and go again for 2 more sets. It keeps my legs strong and reminds me that I've still got plenty of get up and go left in me. Before I do anything, though, I always warm up. Just a few shoulder rolls, some ankle circles, and maybe a little light marching in place. Nothing fancy, just enough to let my body know we're about to do something good. Also, listen to your body. Some days you might feel like dancing, and that's perfectly okay. Let your body lead you. Take those extra steps when you can, and embrace every little victory along the way. Let me share a little story from down the block. My neighbor Ruth turned 68 last year. She was always so independent, but over time, she started feeling that her legs just weren't what they used to be. One day, after a particularly hard time getting up to tend to her garden, she decided enough was enough. With a bit of encouragement from a friend, and yours truly, she started doing these simple leg moves every morning, right after her tea. At first, it was slow going. She'd tell me, "Sam, I feel like I'm trying to remember how to walk." But she stuck with it. A few months in, Ruth told me, "I went out to the grocery store and I almost danced my way down the aisle. It felt like I had all my spring back." It wasn't exactly dancing, but it was enough to put a genuine smile on her face and a twinkle in her eye. That story, it reminds me that these changes, even the small ones, can bring back the zest for life we all deserve. So, my friends, don't let age dictate what your legs can do. You have the power to make a change, one simple move at a time. Whether it's your morning walk, those gentle squats, or even a bit of dancing in your kitchen, every little bit counts. It's about building a foundation of strength, confidence, and that independence we all treasure. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found these tips helpful, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe to my channel for more honest, heart-to-heart talks about life, health, and the little secrets to feeling young again. Share your progress in the comments. Let's make this journey a community effort. I'm Sam, and I'm truly glad you're here with me. Now get out there, give these leg moves a try, and show the world that you're just getting started.